Hi everyone, my name's MadMatt Lugos, and I thought I'd just do a quick reaction to this new Last of Us Part 2 trailer that came out last night, that I didn't see last night, after I'd had a look at all the other Part 2 trailers after I finished my recent Let's Play of the first Last of Us game. So as far as I understand it from the other trailers, if you haven't seen what I thought about them, um, from the looks of it, Ellie is seeking revenge for something. I think Joel's alive based on a small piece of dialogue that one character said about your old man. So, I'm presuming he's alive. There's some sort of weird cultish group that are all wearing raincoats that consist of a lot of evil bald guys. I might be one of them. Who knows? Who sort of use a lot of religious terminology. They cut people across the stomach. It's pretty gruesome. And there are also some other main characters that were in the second trailer. So what I thought was either maybe Tommy's community gets ransacked, and by this weird group, and then Ellie goes to seek revenge, or something along those lines. So those are the sort of presumptions I'm going in with. But let's see what they reveal. Oh, it's a release date reveal. Okay, so we're going to finally find out the release date. So let's see what it's all about.
Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate our kiss from last night?
Okay, so she's pretty important. The community's flourishing.
Look who decided to join us. All right. You all know the drill.
They're going on their patrol that they talked
On your
about in
routes.
the other trailer.
Mark your logbooks. You run into anything you can't handle.
Ellie!
Ellie's got a mask on.
You come back.
Dina, where are you?
They've been separated.
Get off me! Please stop! No!
So that was Dina, was it? Dina's probably been killed. Oh god. Tommy.
I have to finish it.
You have no idea what you're walking into.
What are you doing?
You don't know how large that group is, how armed.
I don't care.
The whistles.
You can't stop this.
Someone she trusts.
What the hell are you doing here?
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
Wow. Oh. 21st of February. Okay. 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 Okay, so Joel is alive. It looked quite a bit different. Maybe it was just the hair. Yeah, it does look quite a bit different. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's just the side parting. Yeah, it's probably just the hair, isn't it? But obviously they probably haven't spoken in a while. All these other trailers made it. It's sort of looks like him and Ellie hadn't spoken in a while. All right, let's. So it is a revenge story, but it's a revenge story for one person. It looks like. So let's have a look back through here. Right, so we've got Dina. This is probably like the morning after the gameplay reveal trailer, right? They were talking about going on a patrol the next day, so this might be the morning after. Maybe things escalated after the kiss in the tent. Who knows? So yeah, they're talking here probably in the morning before they go out on patrol. Ellie still looks. I still think she looks a lot older in that very first reveal trailer where she was playing the guitar. So maybe there will be a time jump at some point in the game. I know the first game did quite a bit of time jumps, didn't it? When it was bouncing between seasons, we skipped over a good few weeks in between gameplay sections. So we've got the community here, which is looking great. So hopefully, maybe at the start of the game, we'll get a bit of time. You know, I imagine we'll spend a bit of time with Dina. They need to establish that relationship so that we really do care about her. Maybe there'll be, you know, sort of a bit like we had at the start of Uncharted 4 when we were at Drake's house. You know, some sort of family time. Maybe we'll have like a nice bit like that where we can, you know, have a bit of calmness before all the madness starts, essentially. So that might be, we might get to actually explore this market. It might not be a cutscene or anything. So it's like an early morning patrol, it looks like. There's several of them. They probably go out in pairs. It was, where is he? This fella here, I've forgotten his name, but he was the one who was sharing a glass of whiskey or whatever it was with Ellie in the other trailer, who, you know, had some sort of romantic relationship with Dina in the past. So there's a few of them gearing up to go out on patrol or maybe to scavenge for supplies. As they're going out here,
You run into anything you can.
so I can't remember if we'd seen the infected attack animals or creatures in the other games. I can't remember. I don't think we saw that. We don't think we saw them.
You run into anything you can.
So then, this is one thing of particular interest to me here. This is Ellie, and she has a mask on. Like so does this mean her immunity is gone? Because she didn't have to wear a mask at any point during the first game when she was around spores. You know, Joel says, doesn't he? I've seen her breathe in enough spores to take down a dozen men or whatever he says. So here, obviously, they get separated, Ellie and Dina. But if I saw correctly, when this clicker appears, it's Dina on the ground. That famous clicker sound. This looks like Dina, the way the hair's knotted. This looks like Dina. This clicker looks... Maybe this isn't a clicker, man. It's got the clicker head, and it's making the clicker sounds, but the whole body is encrusted. So maybe there's going to be like an in-between clicker and bloater stage, because this looks maybe halfway between a clicker and a bloater. A blicker. Let's call it a blicker.
You come back.
So maybe... So, yeah, they're together there, and then they get separated.
Dina, where are you?
Yeah, so she's shouting for Dina. She finds this cabin, chateau, whatever it is, that looks pretty pristine, doesn't it? And then she finds this basement of horror down here where she gets jumped by. He looks very young, this guy, doesn't he? Can I get a better shot of him? It's the coats we need to look out for, isn't it? They all had those black raincoats on. Let's just see if I can... let's slow it down. Okay, that was useless. Right, so she obviously gets pinned down. They do look like they've got raincoats on, but if I'm not mistaken, the raincoats were black, weren't they? These look like green or forest coloured. So we can presume here that they've captured Dina and they're about to kill her. But, you know, maybe she'd already been bitten anyway. But, you know, if she'd been cornered by that infected by that clicker or whatever it was, the blicker, maybe she'd already been bit. Maybe they had her strung up. I see. Well, they wouldn't shoot her, would they? If it was like that other group, they'd put the noose around the neck and then they'd cut the stomach. They'd say you're infected with sin. So maybe this isn't them. Maybe this isn't them. Maybe this is just like a group of bandits. Maybe. So we're not 100% that was the religious group. Just because she got shot and she wasn't killed in that ritualistic way. But obviously Ellie manages to get out somehow. But from what Tommy seemed to be a little beat up as well, so obviously here she's been abused quite heavily here. So yeah, she's been abused quite a bit here. Cut, bruises. Obviously she managed to escape. Maybe they'd let her go. I don't think they'd let her go, so she must have broke free and dished out some immediate revenge, got some information out of them. And then we see Tommy here. Right, is Tommy here? Is Tommy look a bit beat up to... But obviously the community's still intact if he's come to our house. That might be a shadow from his hair, I don't know. Tommy looking very cowboy in his double denim here. But obviously he knows what they've been through. Maybe all of that, some other people in that patrol were attacked, maybe, who knows.
Tommy, I have to finish it.
So there's the short bow that we saw in the gameplay trailer that'll be a bit quicker to use than the long bow. She's on her own here, it seems. No one went with her, which is a bit odd.
You have no idea.
Tommy looks a bit shaken up, doesn't he? He does look a bit shaken up.
What you're walking into.
His voice sounded very fractured there.
What are you doing?
You don't know how.
This looks similar to the gameplay reveal section, doesn't it? With all the grass and stuff, and it was raining in that section, obviously.
Large that group is.
These people have got masks on. Maybe we'll still run into army soldiers.
How armed?
Right, now this isn't Ellie obviously torturing. This is a unknown character at this point. Can we get a? It's a bloke, isn't it? With a little goatee.
I don't.
These are the raincoat
care.
people. The whistling, they were using the whistling to coordinate. This is a cinematic depiction of an actual gameplay mechanic. We saw the arrow being taken out, didn't we? In the gameplay reveal, you need to hold R1, which will take a bit of time to pull out if you get caught in the shoulder. And then this is similar to, maybe this will be a pattern, because this is the hand shaking like it was in the bit with the guitar. But it's a different scene. She's reaching for the gun here, so maybe she's probably dealing with some PTSD, which can have physical manifestations, can't it? So
You can't stop.
But I'd like to get more of a close up of the tattoo, because if I don't know if that cordyceps sort of bite that she had is completely gone, maybe she isn't immune anymore.
This.
Yeah, this is a raincoat guy, bald guy, of course. Please don't kill me, Ellie. No raincoat on this person. I keep looking for the Firefly armband just in case. Okay. Right, so we got bloaters, or maybe like bloater 2.0. dogs. The dog doesn't look infected. It's got like a backpack on, like a harness. There we've got infected, more like runners. So, and then we've got the big Joel reveal here. So she immediately knows it's him. You know, otherwise she'd bite his hand, she'd stab him or something. She immediately knows it's Joel. So it'd be interesting as to, because maybe he wasn't at Tommy's community. If he was at Tommy's community, maybe they just don't talk anymore. But you would think that if Tommy knew what Ellie was going to do, he would have told Joel, or Joel would have known already. You know, I don't think Tommy would have let her go on her own if Joel was there. So maybe Joel doesn't even live at the community. But, you know, the guy did say in the other trailer, you know, your old man gave me hell this morning or whatever, was harsh on me or something. So, yeah, it sounds like he was at the community, just maybe they were estranged because she found out about how he lied about the Fireflies.
What the hell are you doing here?
Interestingly, she doesn't have that cut. I don't know if it would scar, but she did have that cut on her forehead in that first trailer, didn't she? So maybe she'll have a little scar here after that happens. And then he's looking very Viggo Mortensen here. Somewhere like a cross between Viggo, Joel, and a bit of Nathan Drake. The eyes, I guess it's just because of the Uncharted 4, you know, the graphics engine, I mean. But yeah, it's more grey. It's looking pretty boss with his new hair there.
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
But he still looks menacing. Yeah. So, I mean, one thing I did say, I wondered in the first trailer was whether Joel was actually dead, and as part of Ellie's whatever she's going through, her PTSD, her anxiety after seeing Dina get killed, I thought that maybe he might have already been dead and she was hallucinating him, or, you know, in a sort of like the Joker in that one, or whichever Batman game it was, but in a more positive way. Or like Keanu's going to be in Cyberpunk. Maybe, yeah, he's a figment of her imagination. That they're probably not going to do that. I don't think Naughty Dog would do that. It is probably him. Be interesting as to which part of the game. So yeah, I think we're going to see quite a bit of time pass, because I still think she looks a lot younger here than she did in that first trailer. But that might just be they might have pulled it back a little bit, because I mean that was 2-3 years ago, that original trailer. So yeah, got more of a clear direction of the story from this. It seems like it's going to be a revenge story, a revenge mission, as opposed maybe there'll be things sprinkled in about her immunity and the grander scale of things. Papa Joel is still alive, it seems. I'm just putting that theory out there about maybe she's seeing visions or hallucinating Joel, but that's not too likely, but it's a possibility. The whole handshaking thing looks like something that's going to haunt Ellie. Yeah, fascinating. It's coming out in February, so it's sort of nicely sandwiched between a few other big releases, because there's Death Stranding's coming out in a couple of months, isn't it? Is it November or October or something? And then Cyberpunk is April, so this positioned itself quite nicely, hasn't it? And I suppose it wouldn't even matter. This could come out on the same day as any major release, and it's still going to do well. It's that much of a juggernaut, isn't it? There's that much excitement around the game. So yeah, the main driving force seems to be the revenge story for Dina. I presume it's Dina. or maybe they've attacked the community as a whole. As I said, Tommy looked a little shook up to me, but it might just be his empathy for what Ellie's gone through. Okay, guys, so yeah, those are my thoughts on the latest reveal. I hope they don't reveal anything more. You know, I'd like them to keep some things close to the chest. I'm just not sure whether the group that killed Dina is this religious style weird raincoat bald guy group, but we'll see. I'm really excited. I'm wondering how long they're going to make the game, whether there's going to be any open sections like there was in Uncharted 4. They had that one open section, didn't they, where you had the Jeep. So I'm wondering how they'll have fiddled with the format, or whether they'll just stick to the same sort of linear-ish, but with open style sections. I'm interested to see the different kinds of infected. We got a hint of that with that weird looking clicker and the teaming up, the bloaters who were together. And I'm really interested about the mask, about why Ellie has to wear the mask now. All right, guys, so let me know your thoughts down below. If you spotted anything that I missed, if you're interested in my Last of Us Part 1 playthrough, I've only just finished that. I came to the game quite late, so I'll leave a link to that. If you've enjoyed this, guys, leave a like on the video. If you want to see any of my other videos, any of my Let's Plays, don't forget to subscribe so you can join Clan Drummond. Just remember, everybody, never trust an uncrate. Right, I'll see you next time.